Alrighty, guys. Thanks for joining me on a Sunday again. Really appreciate it. Today we're going to touch on the Cairns Ironman course because it's happening next week. We've got, I think, 4 athletes here that are racing that, so really excited about that. And then we're going to touch on carb loading as well. So for the boys racing Cairns, Finn, Jesse, Liam, and Jono. I think I haven't missed anyone there. I'm just making sure. It does say I've got 12 people in, but I'm not sure I can see everyone. How are we feeling for Cairns, boys? What do we want to talk about? Like, what are we unsure about? Are we excited? Someone chime in.
I'm very excited for it. It's going to be cool. It's in Queensland, so it's like homegrown, even though it's 2-hour flight. I'm excited to actually really good run off the bike and redeem myself from last race. I'm slightly nervous for the swim now that I saw a video of the ocean and it looks cooked.
It looks so sloppy. Did that
I was like, oh. So yeah, I think the bike is going to be either the make or the break. So yeah, looking forward to get stuck in and just keep to it. Yeah, it should be a good day.
Jesse's doing the 70.3, guys. What are you most, apart from the swim obviously being like we saw that video, I don't think it'll be that choppy in the morning. Is there anything else that you're like nervous about or worried about for the whole race, Jesse?
I've been practicing with caffeine, but my stomach can go weird, so I'm hoping it can stay with me. And then just off the bike, those first 5K, because I just need to redeem myself from last race. So that's probably the two: caffeine on the bike and then the run.
Have you done a little bit of course recon online? Have you looked at the the bike course, gone through the profile and everything like that, the elevation, the hills? Have you looked at any of the hills?
Yeah, I saw. Obviously when we go to Port Douglas, there's like a few hills there, and then a few hills back, but they're not massive. But the course that I've been doing at my house is like really, really similar.
Nice.
And then once they get past, I think like 50, I think it's fairly flat with only a few rolling. So get past 50 is my thing, 50, 60, and then just stay in aero and just ride.
Yeah, so that 50 to 60K mark is sort of when you get back to Palm Cove, and then you've got about 30Ks back into Cairns, where it's relatively flat, even slightly downhill. But the wind the wind for me at Ironman last year, that's when it was really bad. So just be prepared for that. In terms of hills, Finn, Jono, Liam, anything to touch on with hills that Jesse might not have covered there? Specifically one hill that I'm looking for. Come on, someone tell me this hill, please.
I've got the course elevation right here. I'm looking at it, and I do see one large hill.
Okay, so if nobody knows this, I'll give you an insight. You should all know this, and I mean, I probably should have mentioned this already, but it was probably something I was going to bring up when we get there. Rex Lookout, it's called. So Rex Lookout is the biggest climb at Cairns, right? It's probably lasting for about 1 to 1.5 Ks, and it's relatively steep. Like you'll feel it more than any other hill. Every other hill is going to be relatively rolling the whole way. Actually, on the way back, there are some, especially when the wind's hitting you, where you'll be like, that's a big hill. But Rex Lookout is the one that we talk about, right? It's the big one, and we need to be prepared for it. It is going to be, the point where you're probably getting out of the saddle. You're wrestling the bike a little bit. You're not afraid to sort of sit in a lower cadence. You're not afraid to push up near your FTP to get over that. Don't go crazy, especially if you're like Liam and Finn doing the full, and Jono, as well, doing the full. We don't want to just like burn too many matches going up that hill, but it's absolutely a time where we can push a little bit more power, right? So Rex Lookout, it's called. If you get a chance, boys, to go up and drive it, so drive to Rex from Palm Cove, I would recommend it. I did that last year, and you get to see how big it is, right? You get to drive up it, you get to park at the top and go and check the lookout up, and then you can drive down the back side of it as well, because you're going to go up it on one side and down on the other, and you're going to do the same thing on the way back, right? So worth seeing it in person, definitely, because
that's definitely going to soak up some energy and the average speed for sure.
Mate, the average speed coming back from Port Douglas for you boys doing the full, I've prepped just for this. Like whatever it is when you get to Port Douglas at the second lap, expect to lose 3 kilometers per hour on the way back. Average. Expect the average speed to drop at least 3 kilometers on the way back. That's how bad it was for me. It went from, I think I was averaging 38 when I turned there at 110 Ks, and I finished at like just over 35. Now, admittedly, I was bonking pretty hard. Like I was hitting a wall. Hopefully, all of you guys are getting stronger and stronger, so that doesn't happen as much. But just be prepared. Don't expect your average speed when you turn at Port Douglas to be exactly what it is when you get back into Cairns. Cool. All right. Finn, Liam, Jono, anything from you that you want to chime in? What are you excited about? What are you nervous about?
I'm definitely a little bit worried about the run. Don't know if you boys know, but I haven't been able to run too much the last sort of 5 weeks. So I'm probably fit enough, but whether I've got that durability to last a marathon is a little bit worrying, but we'll just play it by ear and give it our best crack.
What's your strategy, mate?
Going easy and slowly work up. Hopefully try and negative split it or just slowly get a little bit faster.
Probably even a little bit more conservative than what we would normally do at where Finn's at. For that first half anyway, we've sort of said like we just want to get to there feeling like we're okay and we can storm home. And if he's got it in the back half, he's going to go for it. But we don't want to, do too much in the first 15K and then be fine at essentially what I did last year. So especially with the lack of running that he's been doing, that's the plan. Real easy run. But his bike is phenomenal and he'll get onto the marathon with every chance of going sub 10. So it's going to be down to the run.
Yeah, I think it's just them 20Ks. I'm going to be in the ringer. So if I can just hold on for them 20Ks, I think I'll be fine. But they're going to be tough, real tough. But
you're going to get it, mate. I'm fucking excited. Can't wait. Cool. Liam?
My biggest worry is probably just the heat on the run. I overheat pretty easily, so if I can't keep myself cool, I'm scared I'll just fade pretty quickly. But other than that, I'm feeling confident apart from just also never having done this distance. So it's always a huge thing. So I'm excited.
You have to have confidence, though. You absolutely have to. I love that. And yeah, in terms of heat, what are you going to do to try and keep cool? What's the number one strategy for keeping cool?
Drenching myself at every aid station and grabbing ice.
Where are you putting ice?
Everywhere. Hat, dry suit, pockets, wherever it'll fit.
Unreal. Love that. Definitely, obviously, I assume you're wearing a heart rate monitor. I certainly was in my 2 races. Putting ice down the front of your tri-suit with it zipped up, guys, the ice just sits on the heart rate monitor and therefore your whole chest is cooling down, right? So that was a big one for me. Chucking it down the back as well to go right into your ass, and that just cools you down really well. So just like Liam said, anywhere you can get it. If it's hot and it's humid, fucking every chance you get, put ice down your suit. Definitely. Yeah, it'll keep you cooler. Keep drenching the hat in water. Keep hydrating. Every single aid station, grab 2 or 3 cups of water and smack them back. You can't really... Well, you can have too much water, but if you're just grabbing from aid stations, you can't really have too much water. So, yeah, don't be afraid to drink lots, especially if it's hot and humid. Love that from you, mate. Jono? Yeah, still on mute, mate. Still on mute. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Got you now. Yeah. Jono's out in the tug.
Yeah. In the middle of the Gulf. Yeah, the bike smashed me last year, especially the Rex, so I don't know how I'm going to go doing it 4 times. But yeah.
What have you got different this time around to last time? Obviously, like I'm coaching you now, but like just in this last week, what have we figured out that you have this time around that you might not have had last time?
Big one's fueling. Second one's how to change a tyre.
The second one we're not worried about because it's not going to happen. But fueling, dude, you have learned. I feel like you've learned so much this last week about your strategy for Cairns, and now you're like, I feel like you've got it locked in, and I think that's going to make a huge difference for your race. So if you stick to that plan, man, the fueling plan, it's gonna pay off big time. And you're a grinder, dude. You'll just fucking keep working. If you've got the fuel there and the energy coming in, you'll just keep putting it down and get through it. So yeah, I got full faith you're gonna smash it. Sweet. All right.
Dude, can I just add one thing for Liam Moseley's prep?
Yeah.
Make sure you turn the power board on this time, mate, when you plug your watch in, so that it doesn't run out midway through and you got to start asking boys around you. That was rough.
Yeah, definitely didn't do that.
I rate that, Kane. I think it was a delayed reaction there, but I loved it.
Also, on that, Kano, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Gray, he's not here right now, but Gray did Busso 100 recently and didn't have his power connected to his watch. Now, you're running the watch using triathlon mode, right? And then you've got your Garmin computer, which you start anyway. So you've got you're recording 2 times the event. But his power wasn't connected to the watch, and he lost the data from the Garmin computer. So we had no data on power from his Busso 100 race. So for anyone racing, if you've got a bike computer, obviously you've got your power connected to that. Please make sure you've got it connected to your watch as well. For whatever reason, if you lose the data from the Garmin computer, at least we've still got it here, and then we can use it for later reviews. So please make sure you sync up the power meter to both devices, please, because you're going to use both anyway. Cool. All right. Moving on from Cairns, unless there's any other questions on Cairns, this can come from anyone that is Max. You might be thinking about racing it next year maybe, and you've got some questions, Liam Parker at some stage. If you've got questions about Cairns and you want to ask these boys anything or me, then fire away. And if not, we'll move on.
Oh yeah, I got one.
Yep.
For the run, I know the run's meant to be pretty good. Do you have spectators the whole run, or are there some lonesome times?
I would say probably about 65, 70% you'll have people there. There are places where it's much more vibrant, definitely, like right in town. And there is some lonesome spots. Like it just seems to keep going north a lot further than what I was expecting. I was like, when is the fucking turnaround point, man? So just be prepared for that, because it's just a long, long way out. And then when you come back through the other way, you go out onto like a jetty and stuff, and it's pretty hot out there. There's no shade whatsoever. So just be prepared for, not a lot of people around there and just the sun blaring on you, because you might hit some demons at that point as well. I'll probably be trying to get out a little bit to those spots to come and see you lads, because it's a little bit easier for me to talk to you and, give you feedback and stuff like that. So I can't say that I'll do that for everyone all the time, but I definitely intend to try and get out to some of those more lonesome spots to support you. All right. Good question, Finn. Love that.
Sweet. And also, I don't know if you boys are following Dan, the owner of Metric, but he just posted a good reel about the start of the bike course, and where a lot of people get punctures. There's this little cobblestone section, and if you don't go around it, you can lose bottles or get a puncture right at the start of the ride. So I thought that was super valuable.
Yeah. I mean, it makes a difference between your race blowing up and getting through the end with no hiccups. So he's right. As you come out of T1, you'll be frantic from the swim and everything like that. You get onto your bike and you start riding around the roundabout, and then there's these 2 sections of cobblestone, right? And just on the side of the cobblestone, there's like a very thin point of like flat road that you can ride on. Try and hit that. And if you miss it and you go over a cobblestone and you lose nutrition, go back and get it. Right? You're not going to be traveling fast enough where you're going to lose too much speed. So stop, get off the bike, go and get your nutrition, put it back on the bike and keep going. If you drop a bottle later in the race where you're flying down a hill or something, probably don't go back and get it. All right. Go to an aid station and try and pick up fuel from, a Morton gel or something and try and replenish it, unless it's a big, like sort of 300-gram bottle, like maybe then you go back. But I would not be going back. If I drop mine and I'm at top speed, I'm gone. But if I drop it at 5-10 kilometers per hour, stop, get off the bike, grab it quickly, you won't lose much time. Cool. All right. Anything there, Finny? Anything else?
No, that's perfect. Oh, just follow Dan, because he's got heaps of good tips for Cairns.
Yeah, Dan's doing a little series in the lead up to Cairns where he's sharing a tip a day. So yeah, he's creating some funny AI clips as well and putting them over it. He loves it. I hope he watches this back. That'd be funny. Alrighty. Sweet. Carb loading. This is a big one, boys. We need to get this right. I feel like we didn't get it right in the lead up to Geelong, and this time around we're going to nail it. So why do we want to carb load? What's the first step? What's the point?
To maximize our glycogen stores. Basically, fill up our fuel tank to max.
Yeah. So we need our muscles to have glycogen, stored glycogen that we can then use to go fast, right? To create energy and to push the power or run the run. So we want those stores of glycogen in our muscles to be as full as they possibly can, especially if we're doing Ironman. We just need to have it as full as we can. Okay, that's why we do it. And I've listened to a podcast recently about like people that were just not having a carb load plan, and then the performance significantly decreases for these people that are not consuming as much come race day. So having a plan is really important. You need to be thinking about this prior to it. I would be prepping the food well in advance. So the moment you get into your race, so when Finn arrives, let's say he arrives on Thursday, the moment he arrives and he gets settled in his apartment or whatever, shops, straight to the shops, and you're buying everything that you need. Have a list of absolutely everything that you're going to get for your carb load and anything else that you might need for your race, right? Get it. Put it in your own little section in the Airbnb where this is my shit. And everyone else can, get their own stuff as well when they're at the shops. But this is my carb load. And I'm going to keep dipping into this throughout the whole 3 days or 2 days before the race. And I know, and then you're calculating as well. You're tracking it all. So do that early, okay? If you're getting in late, if you're getting in Friday, try and do it as soon as you can. Stock up everything that you can. And throughout the period when you go to do athlete check-in, when you do bike check-in, have just snacks on you all the time. Just take a bag of lollies with you everywhere you go. Always have snacks on you, because there's going to be so many times where you're doing this or you're doing that, or you're catching up with this person, or you're going for a shakeout run, and then all of a sudden it's been 2-3 hours and we haven't eaten anything, right? And that makes the carb load much harder. So you want to space it out over the whole day. You want to drink liquid carbs. In fact, I was going to ask, how do we now consume? What are we trying to consume? How much are we trying to consume? And what sources of food and drinks can we get that from? Let's run some ideas.
It sort of depends where you're at, but I think the range is like 7 to 12 grams per kilo. It all depends on what you're used to and how you've been doing it. And the type of carbs, basically anything you can get your hands on, but obviously like breads and low GI carbs are probably better, but if you can't always get them down, just get anything down. Yeah.
So first thing that Finney touched on there, the range, 7 to 12 grams per kilo of body weight. It's a massive, massive range, right? So what I would recommend is, if you've never done one before, if you've never really carb loaded, just sit at just pick a number on the smaller end of that range, get to that point and go, okay, I'm there. How do I feel? Do I want to now up it a little bit more to sort of 8 grams per kilo? Do I want to go to 9, maybe 10? But see how you're feeling. If you're like, oh, this is killing me, and like I'm not used to it, just stop. Like it's not the end of the world. We would rather have a fresh mind going into the race than having to scoff everything down. So that's important, number one. If you're fresh to it, if you're new to it, start on the lower end of the range and then just work up and go to feel. If you've done it a few times, you should know what it feels like, and it's not easy. Like, it is a real challenge to get the amount of carbs in. It certainly is for me. I enjoy like the first maybe 12 to 15 hours of the carb load, and then I hate the rest of it because it's just so much. But now let's talk about how do we consume it. Let's just pick a random number that's easy to work off. Let's say that I'm 90 kilograms and I want to consume 10 grams per kilo of body weight. And how many days am I doing this for? And how can I get that 900 grams of carbs in over that time? That's per day, by the way.
After you have your meals, you just have obviously food and then drinks. But in between every meal, I have like a sports drink. It's like 30 to 50 grams of carbs, easy.
Yeah. Liquid carbs are like gold. We should, with every single time we're having solid carbs, we should be supplementing it with liquid carbs as well. Liquid carbs can look like Coca-Cola. They can look like Gatorade. They can look like metric fuel. You might just make up some metric fuel. Kirk's lemonade, unbelievable. Make sure you don't go to Coles and get the sugar-free Kirk's. That will not work, all right? That's got no carbs in it. You need to have the stuff that has sugar in it, okay? So, yeah, 900 grams is per day. So that's 10 kilograms per day of kilo body weight. So if my race is on Sunday, which is in Cairns, I'm doing it for 2 days. So I'm starting on Friday morning. I'm eating 900 grams. I'm having 900 grams on Saturday, maybe a little bit less because you don't want to feel bloated on that Saturday. And if it's me, guys, I am getting it done early. Like I don't go crazy, but I try to bank early in my day so that when I get to dinner, I can just have like a normal meal, maybe some ice cream after, and I'm done. Right? I don't need to have a huge 3 bowls of pasta or rice or risotto, whatever it is, and then still go and have like a whole heap of ice cream afterwards. I try to bank early, so lots of liquid carbs early in the day, lots of snacks. I'm constantly got a bag of lollies in my hand when I'm carb loading, guys. Now, again, have foods that you're used to. So have you still your main diet that you're pretty comfortable with, and then just keep supplementing it with extras, right? So don't go, I'm just going to fucking only have lollies and just keep smacking them back only. No, we have a normal diet that maybe we increase the portions slightly, but then we're supplementing it with Coke, with Gatorade, with metric fuel, with lollies, snacks, bananas here and there, just constantly eating. And if you plan it all out prior to the race and then you get there and do shopping, it should be much easier. What do we want to avoid like the plague during a carb load?
Vegetables.
What's in vegetables what is it that is in vegetables that we're avoiding specifically? Fiber. Guys, we can't have fiber in the carb load at all. Just avoid it completely. If you don't know what has fiber in it, Google it. If you go to the shops and you're like, I wonder if this has fiber in it, ask AI or get a scanner app that'll tell you, does this have fiber in it? And learn, because the sooner you learn what has fiber in and what doesn't, the better each carb load that you're going to do is. It just makes it way easier, okay? So I know the foods that I'm having in my carb load already. I've done it like 3 or 4 times now. It's second nature. I go to the shops, I buy it, and we're done, right? So learn it the first time, spend the time. Do it pre-race. Don't do it when you get there. Like write a big list out now. Start Googling it over the next 3 or 4 days in the lead up to it so that you're prepared, because that'll make your life much easier when you arrive. Don't have any fiber. No.
This was like flashbacks when I was in Geelong, because I got lucky enough to stay with Daniel, and he's like, we'll do our shopping, like we'll go down there together. And the first couple things I put in the basket is like, okay, we're doing it together now. Follow me and get what I get. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, oh, cool. So I got lucky enough to just copy his list, which was good. And I still managed to fuck up Geelong, but it's fine.
If I can make you feel better, Cairns, sorry. When I did Cairns, literally a year ago, I had no idea with the carb load. I ate anything and everything that I could get my hands on. So unless you know, you don't know, right? And that's okay. But we're learning. That's what we're doing these calls for, is so that everyone knows next time. But I fucked up my carb load big time in Cairns. So no one's going to do it this time.
We've all learned our lesson.
Yeah. I had something else that I wanted to touch on. That was it. So this isn't carb load related, guys, but this is for anyone that's going to Cairns and for anyone that's doing any races ever. When you get to your venue or to your race city, you need to spend as much time as you can relaxing. It's really hard because you're excited and there's a lot going on and you want to be in the vibe, you want to soak it all up, but it's all of that stress or all of that cognitive load, it impacts your race. It absolutely does. It's just stress that adds to your fatigue, right? So when you get there, go and do your check-in, go and see your mates, do your shakeout run, whatever it is, and then get inside, sit in the air conditioning, put your feet up, and then just do fuck all. Just do nothing. Watch a movie, okay? You really want to relax as much as you possibly can in the lead up to these races, especially if you're doing Ironman, all right? It is just once you get to the race day, if you've been frantic for the last 3 days, fatigue has already started. And you do not want fatigue to start until you're halfway to the bike at least. So try and relax. I'll be telling you boys this when I get there in Cairns. I'll be saying, have you had your carb load? Good. Go and fuck off and sit down in your bed. Go. I don't want to see you. So yeah, that's a big one, guys. Try and relax. Guys, I think that is all I've got for you today. Have we got anything else you want to cover? No?
Maybe the nights the night of the Ironman, the sleep is probably less important than like the 2 nights before. So I'll definitely try prioritize like the few nights as soon as you get there. Sleep, bang.
I agree.
Because the night off, you're probably going to sleep shit regardless. So
you will be really excited, and it's difficult to sleep. Just do your best to get in early. Stick to the routine as best you can. But Finney's right. Don't put any pressure on that night's sleep. If you're laying awake, fuck, who cares? Just go out, start reading a book or something, and just let it go for another hour or two. You'll drift off, but it's not the be all and end all getting your 8 hours before an Ironman race. Not at all. Okay, just relax. Is the message. Good one from you, Finn. I like that.
Imagine the challenge, just no sleep, straight into an Ironman. That'd be pretty good content.
Jesse, I'm not going to lie to you, mate. In the lead up to Marbella, I was wired until about 2 a.m. before that race. The race started at like 6. I couldn't sleep until 2 a.m. I said to May at about 2:30 in the morning, and it was her birthday that day. I said to her, I don't think I'm going to race. I think I'm just going to pull out. Like, I'm literally feeling so shit. And then I woke up and I had my coffee. I don't normally have coffee pre-race, but I was like, I'm so tired. I'm just going to have one. And I swam amazingly. I spiked unbelievably, and I ran so well. It's literally a perfect example of like the race adrenaline and everything will kick in, the endorphins will hit, and the couple of hours sleep that you missed the night before ain't going to matter. It's like Finney said, it's the ones before. If you can bank a couple of good ones in the lead up to it, you're sweet, 100%. Obviously, we still want you to be sleeping well on the night before, though. That's a given, okay?
Yeah, just get rid of the pressure. And then if we don't have pressure, hopefully we'll sleep better. But if we don't, it's all good as well.
Lovely. Boys. I bloody love doing this for you. It's literally the best time of the week. So good. I hope we have some more, big turnouts like this. We'll definitely keep this time slot for next time. I'll stop the recording and we'll go from there.